Gus, tell us about your D-Day mission.
Well, D-Day turned out to be a very complicated operation simply because it rained for 2.5 days. They called us to briefing on June 4th, 1944, and they said we would be flying to Normandy the next morning to bomb some 16-inch guns that were there that were aimed at troops that were going to land there. Yeah, excuse me. The guns were placed on a hill at about a 45-degree angle so that they could fire a 16-inch shell and it would land right in the middle where our soldiers were getting off the boat. And so we were given, there were 3 beaches and 3 16-inch guns. We got the right-hand one, and it was called Pointe du Hoc. That was the name of the beach, I guess. And it's French, obviously, and I think point means bridge. That's all I know about it. Anyway, we took off about 8 o'clock, 8:30 in the morning. It was an amazing sight to see because there were 2,500 airplanes in the air of all kinds, including many gliders. And in the water, there were all kinds of small boats and big ships, and there was a battleship, there were destroyers, every kind of ship you could name was right there, and it was a phenomenal thing to see. And of course, our airplane got across the water in no time. It was just a small sea, and we got to our target pretty early, and we found the gun and we dropped our bombs. I will tell you later why we couldn't take out the gun, because it was a 16-inch gun and we had 500-pound bombs, which the 2 of them were not in any way comprehensive enough to destroy. So anyway, we turned around, we dropped our bombs, we turned around and went back to base. We got back about, I don't know, 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning, something like that. At about noontime, I think we must have had something to eat, and then we went to bed at noon. We hadn't slept really much at all. Went to bed at noon, and at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, a sergeant walks into our barracks, we're all in bed, and he flips a light on, and he yells one word, mission. And when he said that, we thought he was playing a joke, because we never flew 2 missions in one day. That was the only time in history. So we called him all kinds of dirty names. I can't repeat them here. And he said, no, he said, you have to listen to what I'm saying. He said, the mission is in jeopardy. And that meant, of course, that the Germans were coming down and they were going to defeat us on that sandy beach. So he said, you gotta get dressed and go back out. So we jumped out of bed, we put our clothes back on, we went to briefing. And when we got there, the major wanted to explain to us why we were flying a second mission. And he said this, he said, first of all, he said, you always fly strategic missions. That means, he said, that we get information at midnight before you will take off. I would get a map and I would count the guns. There may be 46 guns in Germany, and the next day there might be 50 guns in Germany. And so we were notified, and we were ready, really. We had the information we needed so we could zigzag around the guns. That was the key thing, was the guns, because the German anti-aircraft gunners were best in the world. There was simply no contesting that. So they would pick off the lead planes all the time, because the lead planes were the best pilots, the best navigators, the best bombardiers. So they were always aiming at the first planes. So that's why we had to know where to not fly, to fly around these guns. Okay, so he explained that to us all. And then he said to us, now he said the second mission is going to be tactical. And he said a tactical mission is one in which you can fly at any altitude and in any direction, but you must find something to bomb, he said. When we got over the target, the second white line touched the first white line, the bomb bay doors opened automatically, the bombs fell down, and we blew up everything. We destroyed completely the whole area.